Imagine a world without trains. What would it look like? How could we move 1.2 billion tonnes of commodities between the states and territories over our vast, harsh and remote country? Would the rail-reliant mining sector survive if the services were no longer provided? And how would 2.2 million people who catch the train daily in Australia get to work? Hi everyone, my name's Renee and welcome to my video documentary for Assignment 1 of Swinburne's Strategic Planning and Dynamic Environments Unit. It's hard to picture a world without the rail industry, isn't it? Australia's rail industry is supported by the rail infrastructure, the manufacturing and construction industries employing directly and indirectly over 140,000 employees. The rail industry is vital for Australia's economy and critical to our business by moving people and commodities across the country. But can we actually say with confidence that our rail industry is firmly established in the 21st century? From a global perspective, have we fallen behind the leaders in this industry across the world? Today I'm going to explore Australia's rail infrastructure compared to the top rail sectors in the world and investigate how these leaders might cause disruption to our market by using the Pestel and Porter's 5 forces theories. Being the 6th largest network in the world, you might be surprised to hear that Australia doesn't export train technology globally. According to Richard Webb, the Australian rail reform has resulted in greater participation by the local private sector, including increased productivity, specialisation and competitiveness between rival companies. As a result, local public procurement supports Australia's economy and community, which is fantastic. But contrary, this may be viewed as detrimental to our rail network and economy. With a small number of suppliers, the sector only has limited capacity for competitiveness, which has potentially led to systematic innovation and market failures in Australia. If there's no competition, why do we need to be innovative? The Australian government as the buyer, policy writer and regulator may actually be hindering the progression to this sector. It's worth questioning, with the government controls in place, albeit while they are providing local business with supplier power in Australia, have they actually caused Australia's rail industry to lack innovation and global leadership? The current government policy and trade restrictions mean that our rail suppliers are solely focusing on supplying and maintaining the Australian rail network, and they have no intention for globalisation. Whereas across the globe in Germany, Dutch Bahn is a rail manufacturer and they have invested extensively in 3D printing advancements with a focus on production and maintenance of rail and train requirements, which is causing sector disruptions across Europe. Their technology allows for repairs in 1 or 2 days and reduces the requirement for physical labour. And there is also proof that it actually adds to our ecosystem too. If 3D printing of rail infrastructure was implemented in Australia, the impact of unemployment would be significant, not only for employees, but also for their family, the wider community and our economy. But in Japan, the government are implementing a strategy to redesign its bullet trains to be more desirable to the Western markets. So what does this mean for Australia? The train has reduced energy consumption by 40%, and a study by the University of California found that Japan's high-speed rail network has actually alleviated traffic congestion, reduced pollution significantly, and increased the social benefits for workers who are able to get to work and go home a lot quicker. With over 36,000 kilometres of rail infrastructure in Australia to maintain, the lack of technological advancement is daunting, especially when considering the Australian government's commitment to invest $100 billion over 10 years to the industry just for maintenance. As Australian cities transform towards a more urbanised structure and increased population, the dependencies on rail will increase. This will require new, or at minimum, upgraded infrastructure to support this growth. If the infrastructure is unavailable, users may actually consider substitutes, including what could be carpooling, car sharing, electric and other alternative fuel vehicles, air travel, or shipping. In contrast, the added pressure to already congested roads and a lack of cost-effective options, shipping's got to be pretty expensive, it may actually encourage an increase of overall rail usage. Regardless, the disruption of new technology, threat of new entry to the sector, our government-enforced regulations and laws all require thoughtful and strategic initiatives to be designed and implemented in order for the local manufacturers to meet expectations and survive in the rail industry globally. Thank you for watching.